Hello everyone, Vermont Rail Fan 555 here. Apologies for the delay on videos. Personal life has been a little difficult, but I have been able to prevail, and I just haven't had much to upload lately. But today is when things change. Today we'll be reviewing the Atlas Dash 840Bs. We have Providence and Worcester Dash 840 BW number 4007, and we also have 3906, both in Atlas DCC sound with ESU. So without further ado, let's dive right in to these new releases that were given back in March of 2020. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to now unbox the locomotives. We're going to unbox 4007. This is the wide cab variant. These came out not too long ago. They arrived on April 1st. Not a April Fool's joke, of course. So, of course, you get the locomotive itself in the classic blister, as Atlas loves to do. We've got some paperwork in here. Move the box aside. So, you get what looks to be, first off, which is kind of rare of Atlas to do, is an exploded parts diagram. You can kind of see through it because of the lighting. I'm sorry. I'll try to see if I can look at this, but they do the exploded parts diagram for both sides, basically interior and exterior, depending on the type of locomotive you've got. It's kind of rare that you now see exploded parts diagrams from Atlas. It's kind of rare now. You also get a warranty card. It's a 90-day warranty. I believe it is a 90-day. If I look on the other side here. No info. So you got a warranty card. I'm sure you can get more on atlas.com. Yeah, you get more. I think it's a 90-day warranty if I'm guessing. I believe it's 90 days. Because that's what I had from one of my previous locomotives. Information about the warranty. Let's see here. I'll let you guys read the information off this card. Pause the video, blow it up to 1080p HD. 60 frames per second. And you should be able to get all the info off the warranty. You could also go onto their website. They'll have more information. And of course, with all locomotives, you get a quick start guide for these engines. Again, the stuff's viewing through, but that's normal. So this has got a version 5 sound decoder from Lock Sound. So this will have all information regarding basic operation. And on the back is the function tables. And then CVs and addressing. So that's just your generic paperwork. Then we got the engine itself. Nice secure blister. And one side's not see-through, but one side is. It's because it's the clear window. Now, Atlas engines are unique. Intermountain and other manufacturers are starting to do this. It comes in a plastic sleeve that you just slide off, and then this pulls off. This just pulls off just easily with no issues. This little foam guard is there just to protect. This foam guard is just to protect some more vulnerable parts. Both parts of this can come off, making it easier. And it looks like we got something on the edge here. Looks like we got some wind deflectors, some sunshades, and plugs for the fuel tank. I don't use the plugs because I always like to re-screw these things in. Speaking of screws, I don't know how well you can see, but there are 2 screws on the bottom. So we'll have to unscrew this thing. So wait a sec while I get my screwdriver. And now you simply just take your screwdriver and unscrew the engine. These screws can be put back in on a later date. I don't know how well you can see because it's black on black. You just take your screwdriver and unscrew these 2 screws. And when that is done, the engine will be freed from this blister. These took a while to actually arrive, so I'm hopefully going to try to get this review done and then post it as soon as possible while I'm on break. For this April break. So hopefully I can get this done and posted to everyone out there. Also, be sure to comment below which locomotive you got from this run, because specifically I got the Providence and Worcester, or Worcester as most people like to call it, because it's under ownership of NECR, New England Central, and that's what most of these guys with the tiger logos with the tiger scheme are now like. Always be careful, guys. Don't pull on the chassis. You gotta be very careful. Make sure they're all unscrewed, because if you're not careful, this thing may not come out. So you need to be extra careful, especially with stuff that's this delicate. Let's see here. Yeah, just be very careful, folks. This is not how you're supposed to do it. For some reason, it doesn't want to uncut here. Maybe it's because I'm going the wrong way. I don't think so. I'm getting better at this, guys. I'm using my brother's tripod, which takes some of the hassle of holding the camera off me. And there we go. It's finally out. We'll just set this to the side. Now I'm going to take my handy dandy pointer. We'll move in for a closer look at the detail here. Let's take a zoom in look. Let's see here. Alright guys, I'm going to need to reset. I need to reset up, so be back in a bit. Alright guys, back. Sorry, I had to fix the camera. So now we have this at a level where you can see the detail a lot better. Alright, first of all, starting at the front, you've got yourselves what looks to be plastic. It looks like plastic MU hoses. You got a plastic brake hose, Atlas knuckle coupler, Accumate coupler as they call it. You got low mounted ditch lights. These are LED. And these are only found on the wide cab. This one has had it. You got an MU hose coupler cut lever, which is fixed. You can kind of see the coupler cut lever a little bit better right here. Pretty strong stanchions. Looks like one might be a little loose. I'll take a look at that later off camera. You got the Providence Worcester logo right there. I don't know how well you can see it. The light is acting up on me. Let's see here. There we go, that's better. You got a cab window, and it looks to be see-through. I don't know how well you guys can see. I'll just show you later. We got nose-mounted headlight. This is also LED. You got a lot of separately applied grab irons all over the front of this thing. You got ones on the nose. You got 2 sand filler caps, etched metal windshield wipers with grab irons, and number boards at the top. These do not appear to be lit. We'll check that in operation. And we got another grab iron on the top. Well, also forgot to mention the snowplow. Snowplow is already equipped on this unit. As we turn to the side of this unit, you got a little F that stands for the front of the unit. I don't know how well you can see, but there are compartment details all over this thing. Let's see, zooming in, there we go. I think you guys can see a little bit better now. Battery box doors, FRA mandated striping. This is something that on real things that help you see better. You got the cab number, 4007. You got windows. This is a difference in window design on the Dash 8s. I actually noticed this is actually prototypically correct. You got your holes for your sunshades. You got mirror hole, wind deflector holes, I think, somewhere as well. I can't see them. Might be on the engineer side. I'm not sure. You got some very nice truck detail. I'll fix the camera for you guys so you can see that a little better. Let's see here. You got some very nice truck detail. It's kind of hard to tell with black on black. But you got some sanding lines. Those are very delicate, so be very careful. You got a very nice truck detail. You can see a lot of the nice framing, a jacking pad. And just in general, a lot of nice detail. Ice skate antenna on top of the roof. And looks like we got a little bit of a possible tread on the top. Stanchion here is a little wavy. That's to be expected. You got dynamic brake grills, one here as well. Lifted this thing up so it's safe. Not gonna get hit. You got the air tanks. There's plumbing adoring the bottom of this thing. A couple more grills. You've got nice fuel tank detail right here. You got emergency shutoff valves, buttons, the fuel cap, sight glass. Stanchions are relatively strong. The zero injuries. This is part of Operation Lifesaver. Providence Worcester logo. And this looks like it's new, 1844, so that must have been when it was developed. You got your horn. This is a Leslie RS3 horn. Looks like this horn is slightly bent, but I could fix that maybe later on. I don't want to mess with it. Exhaust. This is that's a good exhaust right there. Some really good details. You got a lot of lift rings on the top. I don't know what this is underneath. This must be some sort of exhaust panel. More truck detail, a lot more plumbing on the rear truck. You got the radiator grills. Just make that get closer for you guys. You got the radiator grills up here and here. And I think, I can't tell if they're see-through. I can't tell. There does not seem to be see-through detail on the grills. Now let's fix this lighting issue again. Let's see if I can get some light on the back here. So turn it to the rear. Maybe it helps if I zoom in. That works. On the rear, similar detail. You got yourself a rear light. More grab irons. More stanchions. Pretty sturdy. Little wave, but nothing that's too iffy. Same details, coupler cut lever, brake lines, MU hoses, Atlas metal coupler with magnetic glad hand. I'll get that in view for you, the glad hand right here. And you could see where number boards used to be placed on the rear, but it's not there. The numbers are up here on the radiator. We'll switch to the other side. Looks like my lighting's starting to act up on me a little, but we didn't need to worry about it. The other side here, pretty much similar detail and truck detail. Fuel tank is the same. Same on this side. Ooh, apologies for that, guys. All right, let's take a closer look at this on this side here. Pretty much same detail. A couple of differences are the low-mounted steel bell. Got the steel bell mounted on low. You got the tanks, and it looks like a couple extra accessories hanging underneath. Slightly different grill a slightly different grille configuration on the side here. And the engineer side is a lot better looking. Again, more ports where you plug in your deflectors. I can't tell where the deflectors go because there's so many deflectors. Pretty much the exact same detail on this. This one has, looks to be some speed recorders on the trucks here, right down by the sanding lines. And we are back to the front of this unit. So overall, I must say this thing is overall really solid. This thing's got some really nice detail. I'll show you guys a photo of the other one, which is the standard variant, which has a couple differences. The standard variant does not have ditch lights. The standard one doesn't have ditch lights. The cab is different. And the horn placement on the other one is different. But in general, this thing, overall, in my opinion, is fairly solid. This thing, I can't see any things to ding it on as of this point, but we will get to more detail down the line. Also forgot to mention there are cab figures installed. I don't know how well you guys can see that. Let's see. Maybe if I turn it sideways. Yeah, there we go. That's better. You got cab figures and a detailed cab interior. It's kind of hard to see in there, especially when it's black. I think I just adjusted the exposure by mistake. So, overall, detail on this thing, as expected from a Masterline series engine. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and move on to operation. Okay, folks, we are back. Now it's time for operation. So, before we get started, we need to program this thing into my remote. And as if you probably remember from my GP40-2W review, I had a couple of issues regarding the locomotive being programmed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually do the correct thing. It's set to address 3, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to program this on using program track, which will actually do the entire system. So it will read stuff off the engine. So just hang on a sec here while I get this into system here so we can actually get the address. So let's set up addresses. Hang on, folks, just a little bit of technical difficulty here. I haven't used my track in a while, so a little bit of patience will just come a long way. Let's see here. Let's get the long address. Alright, we should be good to go. So, with all Atlas diesel locomotives, F8 is the startup sequence. F8 is startup, so let's hit F8 and see if this thing fires up. Looks like we had a successful startup, people. And you can already tell, as I said earlier, I didn't know if the number boards were lit. As you can tell, they are. They're just like 3015s. Basically, the number boards are black, but the numbers are white, and they illuminate from the back. And as you can see, the shine is actually perfectly well to them. To my eyes, you can see that they are clear and crisp. The camera is showing a little bit of a higher exposure, so you're gonna have to deal with the exposure differences. But I can tell you one thing: the lights look crisp. All right, so we're gonna go over a couple of functions. First up, the headlight. Now that is a very nice golden white LED. And looking at it from my eyes, both bulbs are equal color temperature. And as you can tell, the camera, like I said, will likely make it look a little different. All right, F1 is bell. That's a nice bell right there. F2 is horn. And this one has the mode of where the horn blows, the bell will automatically turn on like the Kato P42s did back in the day. And that is a accurate horn. That is a Leslie RS3. That is the correct horn on 4007. F3 is coupler. F4 is dynamic brake when moving, which I'll do a different time, but I'm not going to do it this time. F5 is auxiliary light, which in this case is emergency light if equipped, which I believe this controls. I don't see anything that occurs, so that's different. F6 looks like to be another auxiliary light, which will be ditch lights. Those ditch lights are very nicely colored. Camera may look like they make them look a little different, but that is just how the camera works. And just a quick check here. Well, we have flashing ditch lights. And I don't know if this is prototypical to the actual prototype, but I will take it. Usually I always send in my engines to get the ditch lights to blink, but it looks like we have flashing ditch lights. F7's flange squeal will take care of squeal. I don't have a lot of time to take care of some things. We got drive hold, which is F9. Of course, F8 is your startup shutdown. So drive hold is F9. That will hold the engine, and you can rev the prime mover up. F10 independent brakes and is similar. Then we got other sounds like handbrake, other flashing lights, which include F13 might be the number boards, but I'm not going to mess with the number boards as they're already on. All functions go all the way up to F function 31. So this one's got a lot more things in it, and you got a lot of unique functions and a lot of CVs. And that's off the quick start guide. So now let's move into slow speed control. We're going to start with one speed step. Looks like we're not moving. That could probably be adjusted. Speed step 2. We're now moving. Now a little bit of lurchiness, which is normal. This has not been broken in. Speed step 3. Smooths out a little bit more. 4. Apologies for the tripod, it doesn't want to turn. Speed step 5. By now it's completely smoothed out. 6. 7. 8. There's the prime mover notch. And back down to 0. That's a good prime mover notch there. Let me fix the thing here so we can actually get a view on the rear. Let's switch directions. You just heard that reverser. Rear light is operational. There's no rear ditch lights. I'm not sure if there's any ditch lights on the real one on the back, but we'll look at that in photos. So let's check reverse operation. Speed step 1 in reverse. Same thing, there is no movement. Let's jump to 2. Now we've got movement. A little lurchy, as normal. Not broken in. 3. 4. By 4, it smooths out. 5. 6. Forgot to mention the brake wheel right there. See on the rear. 7. 8. 'Listen to that prime mover. Number board stay lit in reverse. So operation is very smooth on this unit. Switch back into forward here. So yeah, operation very smooth. I was gonna do weight, but I don't have a scale on me. It's downstairs. I'll promise you guys in the future I will bring up a scale. I can't check coupler height. I don't have any gauges to help me show what there is for the unit itself, how its couplers will work. This thing will likely do a good job of pulling a general freight train, probably on its own. This will need to be broken in before it actually pulls cars. So hopefully we'll get more info. I just want to check one thing here. I want to see if the ditch lights continue to flash when blowing the horn again. Yes, they do. Flash rate very smooth. I don't know how well it will come out on camera. But other than that, this thing is fairly solid. Operation is fairly smooth. So now we're gonna go back to the table and do my final thoughts on this locomotive. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was the review of the Atlas-8 C40CWs. I'd say, in my opinion, my final thoughts, really good job by Atlas. They did an excellent job with detail, sound, making it very accurate to the prototype. I will do some final research off camera to make sure that bell is actually to standards of the real unit, but likely will be the same. I think it's a steel bell or it's a brass bell. I can't remember. Let me know in the comments down below if you know anything about Province Twister 4007. You can give me information, please. It would really help me out. And I will provide a photo of 3906 at the end of the video. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button. It will really help me out. Please like the video to help the algorithm, to help suggest this review to more people around the area. And please be sure to also share it with your friends and comment below if you want to see more of this. I promise you guys that I'll have more stuff coming soon as we all get through this pandemic. I hope everyone, in no matter which state you are, stays safe, protects each other, and most of all, stays healthy. I hope you guys enjoyed this. More reviews will be hopefully coming soon in the next couple of weeks, maybe months. The other units or other engines are still on their way. I will keep an eye on them. Until then, look out for future videos. Hit that bell so you don't miss any videos from me. Be sure to check out my brother's channel, CaptainNoGear. He has awesome content, so be sure to check him out. But anyways, folks, that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.